On this day in working class history, the 2nd of July. On the 2nd of July 1848, enslaved people in St. Croix, now the US Virgin Islands, rebelled, burned down plantations, and besieged the town of Frederiksted. The Caribbean island was at that time a Danish colony, and it had been decreed that slavery would be abolished in 1859. But the enslaved workers refused to wait. After revolutions in Europe led to turmoil in nearby Martinique and Guadeloupe, hundreds of rebels seized the moment and rose up. By the end of the day, only the local military garrison, Fort Frederiksværn, had been overrun. The following day, the Governor-General, Peter von Scholten, arrived. Faced with demands from the enslaved people to immediately abolish slavery or they'd burn the town to the ground, he relented and shouted out, quote, "Now you are free, you are hereby emancipated," end quote. Technically, von Scholten had no authority to abolish slavery, and he was strongly criticised by enslavers and Danish authorities. But faced with a fait accompli, Denmark had no real choice but to accept the situation. The agreement achieved by the formerly enslaved people went even further than just immediate emancipation, because the order issued on the night of July 3rd also applied to the Danish colonies of St. Thomas and St. John, and directed that the enslaved had the right to keep their current housing and provisions for 3 months, and the elderly and ill labourers had to be looked after by the former enslavers, quote, "until further determination," end quote. The old enslavers subsequently sued the Danish government, demanding recompense for the loss of their property. Danish Parliament rejected their claim on the grounds that, quote, "slavery was itself an institution in conflict with religion and justice," end quote. But they then did agree to pay a relatively low compensation figure of $50 per enslaved person. For sources, maps, and all of our anniversaries each day, check out the On This Day section of our Stories app at stories.workingclasshistory.com. And if you value our work, support us at patreon.com/workingclasshistory. Links in the show notes. Theme music by Ricardo Arrea. See you tomorrow.